This is ESPN Esports. I'm Arda Ocal. Happy to be joined by Shock. Sonics were victorious this past weekend in the RLCS. Shock taking home Player of the Day honors in NA. What a journey, Shock. Incredible. I mean, culminating in week two, everything that has happened for you and the team. Week one, going against the world champions. Week two, getting a dub. You getting this Player of the Day honors. It must feel really good.
Yeah, I mean, if it feels great, I'm glad all of our hard work kind of is showing right away on the stream, and I couldn't be any happier with how things have gone so far.
So take us through the matchup this past weekend against Space Station. What were the keys to victory?
Without saying too much, basically as a team, like we go over replays and analyze our opponents, and basically the key to victory was to kind of, take a more aggressive approach where we're kind of in their face and try to make things difficult for them on the defensive end, and I'd say it definitely worked.
So take me into the preparations between week one and week two, right? Like the analyst desk was saying that if your team had won NRG, you would have won this Player of the Day award last week too. I mean, it was a very close affair, a very impressive showing against the reigning world champions. So, can you tell me what you guys were thinking after that matchup, specifically because you guys are still so new in your RLCS careers?
Well, after a match, obviously, losing is no fun, but I mean, against the world champs, you can't really be too mad about taking it to game five. And really, what was going through our heads is that, sky's the limit, everyone's beatable, and you should go into every match playing the best you can because no match is out of your reach.
And did you feel a sense of confidence yourself and your teammates going into the rest of the season? Hey, this is what we did against the world champions. We should feel good about ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. We hold a lot of respect for our opponents, but at the same time, when we get on the field, we know where they're equals. So, every series is ours to win or ours to lose. So if we go out there and do our best, then we'll have a great chance at winning. So that's kind of the mindset.
Okay, and obviously that carried over in your victory against Space Station. How about you personally, winning Player of the Day so soon in your RLCS career? How much of a feather in the cap is it for you?
I don't know, I really I enjoy the accolade. It's nice. But honestly, I don't put too much weight on it because it's nothing if I'm not consistent for the rest of the season and playing well. So for me, it's just about the wins basically, and about making it so that this isn't just a good start for me, that it's an actual good season for me. So I'm already kind of looking ahead.
So people are calling this an upset. Maybe some people are saying so because of the journey of the team, right? Coming from rival series, qualifying for RLCS, and beating an
Right.
established team. Does it feel like an upset to you and the team?
No, it doesn't. I mean, obviously, it's very reasonable to call it an upset from the outside perspective, but I mean, we knew as a team internally that this series was ours to win. So I wouldn't call it an upset. I think play this series over again, it goes either way every time. So I'd say it was very an even chance of winning or losing.
Would you say that between week one, the showing you had against the world champions, and this victory in week two, that you've really shown the other teams in the RLCS that, hey, you have to take us seriously. It doesn't matter where we came from?
I'd bet not. Um, just in my experience, teams in the RLCS they're very it's very hard to earn their respect for the most part. They're gonna keep underestimating you, and they're gonna keep discrediting how you win or in what fashion you did, until you go out there and like do something crazy or like perform really well every week of the season, and then you might start to get it. So, even though even though we did grab a win against Space Station and played Energy close, people aren't gonna give us any respect until we play a complete season, I think.
Do you prefer being in that underdog role?
Yeah, I do. It's I don't know. It's kind of nice going out every week, having like no expectations on you. People don't expect you to win, really. So I mean, I like it, and I know my teammates do. So
Well, I will say the analyst desk has a lot of praise for your team, right? They say that at any point, yourself, Sathu, Dapper can pop off. There seems to be a lot of synergy in what they've seen so far. So why don't you talk a little bit about the chemistry between you and your teammates?
well, it starts back to last season in the rival series. It's we've been playing together for a decent while now. a little over half a year, I think. And that's certainly part of it. And we all have a great dedication to the games and to each other, so that we practice together quite a bit. And especially the addition of the team house that the Sonics have provided us this season is a huge, huge benefit because we get to completely focus all of our time into Rocket League and just playing well together. So I'd say it's definitely a huge aspect in gaining chemistry.
How much of an adjustment was it for you to move into a team house?
Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it just took a few days to kind of get used to the new environment. Start playing well again. It's kind of like whenever you move a setup in Rocket League, you play bad for a little bit, and but I mean, it was very very smooth actually, and Seth, you and I are very very like-minded people, so honestly, it was pretty much a breeze. Hardest part was the 10-hour drive.
Okay, fair enough to get there in the first place, right? So making the move into this house for your career specifically and for the benefit of the team, do you think that it has been an improvement?
Oh, absolutely. There's not many teams that have done it, and the only one I know right now doing it as well is a G2. And really, I do think it's a massive advantage to be able to just sit down and play with your team like as much and interact with them as much as possible. It's definitely an upgrade over just playing online in separate locations.
Well, Shock, congratulations on Player of the Day honors, first win in the RLCS, and continued success.
Thank you so much.